It is another month, and it is time to bring some new things in for February. Just like January, where we changed our whole color story, we're doing that again. I'm going to look toward pinks and mauves and wines because love is in the air, and Valentine's Day is just around the corner. We're going to revisit the palettes that I pulled last time. I'll tell you if they got any use, if they're going back on the shelf, or if they're staying in for another month. And then we're going to go through my drawers and we're going to pick new things. Hi, I'm Andi. Welcome or welcome back. I'm really happy that you're here. So without further ado, guys, let's shop my stash. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is talk about the palettes that I brought in last month and see what I used, what I'm keeping in, what's going back on the shelf. I do want to point out this is a little different organization than what I've had in the past. If you've joined me before, you'll know that I had like a file folder thing, and I really liked that, but it was big and bulky, and because the file things were so high, I couldn't see all of my palettes. Lana sent me the link for these things. Here, let me take these out and I'll show you. These things were on Temu, and this one came a little, well, actually, they all came a little bit warped because they came in a poly mailer instead of a box, and so they had been squeezed. But what I think I'm going to do is glue them together with some liquid nails or some E6000 and then clamp it so that they're just, because I don't need them to be apart. I like them to be together, but they're perfect. They're perfect for what I need. I only need, you know, a choice number of palettes here, and it just worked out perfectly. So let's talk about the palettes that I had in last month. This is the Inslee Rain Cold Moon. Did I use this? No, I did not. I think I had so many of the same color story, and I just didn't get to it, but I am going to keep this in. I'm going to keep this in for February. Supernova. I did use this. I used it once or twice, and that is going to go back on the shelf. The Laura Geller Nothing But Neutrals. I did not use this at all. I think I'm going to put it back on the shelf. I love this palette, you guys. I really do. I hate the packaging. I've said this before. You know what? I'm going to leave it in. I'm going to leave it in because there are some really pretty warmer tones in here. I'm going to leave it in. This is the 18 CT. That stands for Cool Toned Matte Essentials. And I keep that because it has the shade names on it. I did use this. I had never used this prior to January, but I did use it. I am going to put it back. The Danessa Myricks. This is the Groundwork. This is the Blooming Romance. And as you can see, this has been used quite a bit. But you know what? I'm going to keep it in. I'm going to keep it in because it was lovely, and I'm not done playing with it yet. It's not been that old. The Stone Cold Fox. This is staying in all year because I'm going to try to hit pan in every shade. And as you can see, there are quite a few that are well on their way. So that is going to stay in all year. The Maneater. This one is the Nightfall. I did use this. I think I only used it once, but I did use it and I did really like it. The ColourPop Aurora Struck. I did not use that, and I'm going to keep it in because it's too pretty to ignore. The Sydney Grace Enduring Love palette. I did not use this. I'm going to keep it in. Oh, the Alter Ego Mist Haven. Beautiful. I did use this. I used this 3 times. So that is going to go back on the shelf for now. I might bring it out soon. This is the Cosmic Beauty Smolder palette. Yes, that was used. The Breaking Dawn. Yes, it was. This is the Glam Light Jacob palette. It was used. Beauty Bakery. It was not used. I'm leaving it in. Odin's Eye. This is the Solmani 2. I'm actually going to declutter that and I'm going to send it to a friend because that is just not My fantasy self tells me I'll use it. I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to. So I'm sending it to a friend. The Alomar Desnudas Exotica. Yes, I used it. It is gorgeous. I really, really enjoyed this palette way more than I thought I was going to. So I'm going to put it back on the shelf, but I did use it quite a bit. This is the Lorac Fairy Tale Forest. I used it, I believe I used it once. Going back on the shelf. This is the Persona Identity 2. I used this twice. I'm going to put it back on the shelf. And then we have the Morphe 9M. This is the Midnight Dune. And yes, this one was used as well. I have some palettes here. This is the MAC Embedded in Burgundy. It's a connecting color. And it's beautiful. But I am going to put it back. For now, I am going to put it back. I did not use the I Like to Mauve It, and I'm going to leave this in. I did not use the Pretty Cool. I am going to put it back, though. And I did use the Natasha Denona. This is the Hot Taupe. I used it one time, but I'm going to put it back. This is the e.l.f. Bite Size in something, Take Your Pink. And no, I have not used this. I brought this in for a specific reason. I'm going to do a video with this, and I have not done that yet. So those are staying in. The rest of them are going back. So let's choose some new palettes. Okay, what am I choosing this month? I'm going to choose the Shadow Kiss from Alter Ego. This is a fairly new palette for me. And this is supposed to be a dupe of, I believe it's the Glam, Natasha Denona Glam palette. So I'm going to choose that because I haven't used it yet. The Zodiac. This is the BH Zodiac Love Signs palette. Valentine's Day, you guys. I'm going to bring that in. I meant to bring this in last time and I didn't because I wanted these cool tones for these blue tones. It's very reflective for winter, and I did not bring it in. So I'm going to bring it in now because my friend Kay over on Instagram did a beautiful look with this palette and I want to try to recreate it. I put it in my inspo board. I'm going to grab the Cotton Candy by BH. These pinks and purples will be beautiful for Valentine's Day. All of my perfumes just knocked over because my bookend fell, but I'm bringing in the Huda Rose Quartz. This was my most used palette last year, and it is beautiful. And I think that those tones will be great for this time of year. I'm going to bring in the Lunar Beauty Nude Prism for one of my neutral picks. Who am I kidding? They're all neutral picks. Come on. Come on. And I'm going to bring in the Morphe. This is the 35XO. And one of the reasons why I am bringing this in is because I have been looking at one of the Tarte Maneater After Dark palettes. I can't remember which one it is, but it has all of the mauve tones and the rose tones. And I keep looking at it. And then I looked at it once and I thought it looked very familiar. So I pulled this up online, and yes, they're very, very similar. So I'm happy to have this palette and not spend the $55 on the other one. So I'm going to bring that in. Okay, that's 7 palettes. I think we need just a couple more. I know that I'm going to bring in the Natasha Denona Retro palette because mauves and wines, burgundies, perfect this time of year. And I know I'm going to bring in this. I have not used this yet. I got this from my friend Mary. This is the Pat McGrath Mothership 11 Sunlit Seduction. And I'm opening it now. It has not been used yet. So I'm really happy to bring in those tones. So beautiful. I was going to wait until spring to bring it in, but I'm not going to. I'm bringing it in for Valentine's Day. And if I want to keep it in throughout the spring, I can do that because it's my Shop My Stash. I think that that might be all of the regular size palettes that I am bringing in. These guys, and I hope you guys can see that. I'm going to bring in the Sorbet from ColourPop. Oh, the Lovesick palette from Wicked Widow, of course. I just received this from my friend Deb. And look how beautiful that is. Oh, so, so pretty. Okay, now how many do we have? I'm going to pull the Miami Nights and I think this one. Let me look at it. This is the Too Faced Lover. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's pretty. That's really pretty. I'll bring that in. The Miami Nights. I love those tones. Love them. I really enjoyed this palette. I was going to declutter it, and I'm glad I didn't. This Revolution Ultimate Nudes. Let's see what I think about that, because I have not used that. Now, we have one more of these, and I know I'm going to bring in the Natasha Denona Cupid. The Cranberry. And I think that's it for those. And then there's one more. And these are all the like long skinny palettes, and I'm going to pull this one in. This is the Violet Voss Berries and Cream Dream. I just got this from my friend Gigi, and I have not used it yet. Let's start with primers. The first thing I want is a hydrating primer, and this is the Pretty Fresh by ColourPop. And I also want to try one of the Jelly Pop primers. And I do need a pore blurring primer. I'm going to bring this back in. This is the One Size Secure the Blur. And then I think I'm going to pull the Milani Conceal and Perfect. Okay, I need something glowy to mix in with my foundation. I'm going to pull the Benefit Do La La because I think I could probably finish that. And then I think I'm going to try the Fenty Ease Drops. This is not the foundation. This is the, like, what is it called? Ease Drop Lit. This is an all-over glow enhancer. So I'm going to pull that. I am going to pull a foundation. I just pulled one last time, and I really enjoy using it. Matter of fact, I've been using the Sephora Best Skin Ever, and I've made quite a dent in that. Very excited by that. I'm not going to pull any concealers, yes, I am. I'm going to pull the Catrice Under Eye Brightener. I've been using the e.l.f. I want to try something different. But foundations, these over here are all open. These are not. So I think I'm going to pull the Glowish. And I think that's all I'm going to pull because I thought I decluttered that. Evidently I didn't. I wonder if it's in my spreadsheet. I'm only going to pull this one because I have 3 in my Plan to Pan, and I have one other one in that I'm getting ready to put in a project. Okay, powders. I'd really like to try something that I have not tried yet. What's this? Is this a finishing powder or is this a setting powder? Becca Soft Light Blurring Powder. It is in pink. I'm going to try that. I think it might be a setting powder because it's blurring. I don't know. I'm going to have to check up on that. And then, what is this? This is a finishing powder. I'm not going to pull that. I'm going to pull this Bare Minerals Mineral Veil. This was a birthday gift from Ulta. So I'm going to pull that. Is it focusing? Yeah. I'm going to pull that. And then for bronzer, I am working on a bronzer right now, but I do want to pull, I'm not going to pull a cream bronzer, or am I? I'm not going to pull a cream bronzer right now, but I do want to pull in my Hoola because it's been a little bit since I've used that. I'm going to bring in the Hoola bronzer. And I think that's it for this drawer. Okay, we have some blushes. You can probably hear my floors creaking. Okay, I do want to bring in, is it this one? This is, yes, I want to bring this in, the Tarte, the Amazonian Clay, and this is in the shade Peaceful. Yeah, that's in the shade Peaceful. I'm also going to bring in this purple blush. This is All the Butter, because I do have some purple tones that I am bringing in. And then I'm going to bring in a couple of cream blushes. That one. What's this? Birthday Suit. I'm going to bring in Birthday Suit. That is a really nice, like, pink neutral. And then I want, I think this is Nude Sticks, and this is in Rosy Posy. Yeah, Rosy Posy. And that is a nice pink as well. So 2 powder blushes and 2 cream blushes. I am going to bring this one in too. This is the Laura Geller in Raspberry. I'm going to bring that in as well. What is this? This is Tarte. It's called Blushing Bride. Oh, that's really light. That's pretty. I'm going to bring it in. Why not? I am going to bring in a highlighter, even though I don't use them. Like, very, very rarely do I use them. I'm going to bring this in. This is the e.l.f. in Moonlit Pearls. I'm going to bring that in. I am going to bring in the Soul Body. These things are so hard to open. There we go. It's probably one of my most used highlighters. So I will bring that in. Okay, we have lipsticks. These are all crayons. These are affordable. These are more high-end. That is really pretty. This is Estee Lauder, I'm pretty sure. This is Clinique, and it's Plum Pop. I'm going to bring that in. I'm also going to bring in this shade from Maybelline. It's called On the Mauve. It is really pretty icy, like purpley pink. And then this one is called Lust for Blush. I'm going to bring that in. That's a little warm. What is this called? It's called Valkyrie. Oh, I know. I'm going to bring this in too. This is Rimmel, and it is a beautiful frosty pink. And that will replace the frosty pink that I already have in, which is called Tickled Pink. Now let's go over to this one. This one is Lancome in Unspoken Feelings. Oh, that's very matte. I like that. It's a little bit more rosy than pink. I'll try that one. I have not used that one yet. There's a MAC that Soar. There it is. I want this one. Yes, I want that. And I think I'm good on other lipsticks. Let me see what else I have. What is this called? This is called Faux. I have a couple in here already look like that, I think. Why not? Let's bring it in. Why not? That's a bright red. I think that's it. That's it for my bullet lipsticks. No, it's not. This is a crayon. This is in Trust Your Gut. It's been a while since I've used this. I need it back in my life. And then these are liquid lipsticks, lip liners, and glosses, oils. I don't think I'm going to pull any glosses or oils because I already have lip oils up on the e.l.f. lip oils up on my desk that stay there. I'm going to bring this in. This is a liquid lipstick, Revlon Color Stay Overtime, and it's in the shade something plum, Everlasting Plum, and it is really, really pretty. Is this warm or is this cool? Oh, that's a warm brown. Let's see what this is. It's also a warm brown. Okay, I'm not going to pull any of those. This is kind of dark, but also very, very pretty. I think I'll pull that. Why not? That and that are very similar, but this one is a little bit more grungy. And my lip liners, I will definitely pull as I need them. I'm not going to pull them right now. Okay, lastly, we have eye products, and I'm not going to pull any other mascaras because I only work on one mascara at a time. I am going to pull this from, what is it called? Chantico. It is gorgeous. It is a duochrome shadow that I got in an ice cream beauty box back when I used to get that. I'm not going to pull any eye primers because I work on the same ones. Let's pull some eyeliners though. I'm putting back all of my blues, so I am going to pull out Sabbath. It's just a dark blue. And I have a couple that I'm working on. I am going to pull this in. This is called Coconut. It is just, for my waterline. And then I do have one over there called Rockstar. Oh, I'm going to pull in Alkaline and Vice. Are those the ones I want? Correct. Yeah, Alkaline and Vice. Because Vice is purple and Alkaline is a really pretty wine shade. Burgundy, actually, more like a burgundy. And then, what is this? Cabernet. This is a matte. I'm going to pull this. That's really pretty. I know that the light over here is a lot warmer than over there, but the light that's up here is a warmer light. I'm going to pull this Laura Mercier. Is this Laura Mercier? Yeah. It's called Rose Thorn. And it's really pretty. And then I do want to pull a brown. Oh, you know what? I'm going to pull this and so this is NYX, and this is actually a highlighter, but I use it as an eye crayon. And it has a little bit of a flippy flip to it. And then I'm going to pull, this is by Bell & Argent, and it is in the shade Amica. And it is a cool shimmery brown. And I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. These two palettes are always in. This one has lid setting shades, has my brow shade. This is a transition shade that is almost gone that I keep repressing. And then this one is a little BYOP that I absolutely love. This isn't a project. The little one that goes here isn't a project. So we're just gonna put those over here. Okay, there were two palettes that I had meant to bring in and I forgot. This is the Cosmic Beauty Gothic palette. Yes. And the other one is the Unearthly Dreamer Volume 1. Volume 1? Yes, Volume 1. I wanted to bring both of those in and I completely forgot. And I decided that I'm going to put the Inslee Rain and the Laura Geller back. I do not need those in here. I want to use new things. I want to use new things for the month. Let me know in the comments below if you shopped your stash this month and what you brought in. Let's start a conversation. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you being here. And until our next adventure, everyone have a great day, and we'll see you later.